And we're live. Are we live? Yeah, we're live now.
We're live.
Seconds in. Long time no see. It's so good to get together with all you guys again. I know we kept trying, and I'd have something come up, or Josh would be out of town, or we still can't get Chris because he's busy with one thing or another. But I'm glad we got the four of us. So
yeah,
it's the Four Horsemen right again.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit Ozzy. I still can't believe Ozzy's dead. Like, I haven't wrapped my head around that. It still doesn't seem, he's just one of those artists that feels like, Ozzy's immortal. There's no way, he's not going to,
Well, he's always been there, right? Since you can remember, there's always been Ozzy. So.
Yeah. Hey, Robin. Hey,
look at that.
Trevor. Dudes.
Trevor.
Back again. Yeah, man, Jeff, I will agree with you that it's devastating that he passed away. He seemed like such a nice guy. One of my earliest memories is hearing Iron Man and being like, Dad, who sings this? Like loving that song and sending me down a path of heavy metal. Even though I credit Kiss really sending me down the path. Black Sabbath certainly was someone I loved at a young age.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Hey, how's it going?
Mark's up there in Canada.
Hey there.
Tony.
And
buddy, man. Anthony.
Hey.
All right, we got people giving their suggestions already. Yeah, I remember. I think the first was probably I saw somebody with you know what it was? These friends of mine that I used to hang out with, like in this would have been like late elementary school. Had Diary of a Madman, and I just remember being like totally like freaked out by that cover because up to that point, I mean, I had Beatles and Boston and Foreigner in my record collection, and like that was so far outside of like my experience with bands or artists. And I think I probably saw some videos and that on MTV, but I probably came to Ozzy a lot later than you guys did, but still a big fan.
Well, I think for me, like my road with Ozzy, he was so dangerous. Like we heard all these rumors of him biting heads off doves and that, and it was like, oh my God, he was dangerous. That's the only way to say it. But I remember feeling weird about the Osbournes TV show because it was like they were taking my Ozzy from me, the person I thought was this wild man, and turning him more human. But now I can appreciate it at an older age. But when it came out, I was not a fan of the TV show.
Yeah, the Yes album cover, that's another one. But no, to your point, Josh, and I remember thinking like, oh my God, this guy's a lunatic. He's menacing. He looks so frightening on his album covers. And then that Osbourne TV show came, and it's sort of like it totally like, oh, he's just a regular guy. Like this guy's not this, demonic madman like you saw on his videos and his album covers and all the folklore around, biting the heads off bats and snorting ants in front of Motley Crue and all those crazy stories that, we heard growing up. But yeah. Well, we're going to do our top 10 Ozzy songs. And I know, I think it might have been you, Aaron, who said, are we going to do our least favorite 3 Ozzy songs? And I'll confess, I don't know Ozzy's catalog that well to be able to pick like 3 stinkers that I don't like. But if any of you do, certainly go ahead and give your 3 least favorite Ozzy songs.
I forgot about that part of it. Josh?
Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna stick. I have songs I hate, but I will tell you they're primarily off the last 2 albums, Patient Number 9 and what was the other one? Ordinary Man. I could not connect with those albums, and I will tell you that you could choose any 3 songs of those 2 albums. They just haven't connected with me. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. I'll leave it at that. But go ahead, Aaron.
Well, I actually did this 2 ways. So I kind of mixed Ozzy and the Black Sabbath. I also have Ozzy just regular solo. So I'll just do that. But my 3 least favorite, are, let's see if I got them here. My number, where was it? Oh, well. Oh, here it is. So my number 3, so this is the third. Number 1 is my least favorite. My number 3 is So Tired. For some reason, Ozzy on his ballads, I just don't like his singing ballads. There's a couple I do like from the, there's a couple that are good, but some of them just bug me. So that's one. And number 2 would be, well, hell, I can't find the record. Oh, here it is. And the next 2 are both from this record right here. And it's Time After Time. It's number 2 on my least favorite Ozzy song. Easily is Mama, I'm Coming Home. I've never liked that song from the first time I heard it. I don't know why, I can't stand his voice on him. I do like when he sings like Close My Eyes Forever, and there's a couple Black Sabbath slower songs that I really like, and a couple of his other ones. Just those 3 I just can't handle. Like Changes from Volume 4 I don't like either, but
Yeah.
But those are my 3.
Okay.
I don't know what it is about that song. It just bugged me from the first time I heard
Oh man, I love Changes. Yeah,
so do
I do. Yeah.
it. Done on a solo career, I like pretty much.
Yeah. Cool, man.
Yeah. Well, I haven't actually spent any time thinking about how we're going to actually organize this live stream in terms of giving our top 10, but I thought, we could give our, 10 through 6, and then maybe our 5 through 2, and then we'll each give our number 1s if everybody's okay with that.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll go clockwise from the way it looks on my screen, which would be Josh, Aaron, Gary, and then myself. So Josh, you're 10 through 6.
All right. My number 10 is going to be Killer of Giants. I friggin' love that song. It's complex. The lyrics are fantastic. Just an awesome song, and my favorite song off this album. Number 9, my favorite song off this album, No More Tears. I actually love the song No More Tears. To me, this album is not nearly as good as the albums that came before or No Rest for the Wicked. I know it's a lot of people's favorite Ozzy album, but to me, the ones preceding this I like more. Number 8 is going to be Over the Mountain. I just have such extreme memories of a kid. I got this on cassette from Columbia House, guys, and just like wearing the hell out of this cassette. And Over the Mountain was so good, and Randy's playing just absolutely fantastic. Next, I don't know. I know it's a huge hit. I know it might be. It's easy because it's something that a lot of people love, but I really, really love this song. And then lastly, number 6 off this same album, Mr. Crowley. I remember being a kid and hearing about Aleister Crowley and, thinking it was, we're singing about like some satanic shit, just like a horror movie. I loved it. So Mr. Crowley was my number 6. So there's my 10 through 6, guys.
Awesome picks.
Awesome.
Mr. Crowley, I still remember watching that Skid Row video, that video they did for the first album, the DVD, the videotape they did. And
Yeah.
They had Scotty Hill singing into Mr. Crowley into a hairbrush, and it was pretty funny. So.
I watched that not too long ago, that VHS. Awesome, yeah.
I forgot what it was called. I used to have it. All right, my number 10. So my favorite Ozzy solo album. I know it's a lot of people's least favorite. It's my favorite. It's Never Know Why. Just love that song. Amazing. And number 9, Fire in the Sky from No Rest for the Wicked. It's kind of a slower one, but it's really intense. I really love that song a lot. Number 8, Back to Ultimate Sin with Lightning Strikes. The first song on the second side. It's just got so much energy. I love the guitar at the beginning. It's a great song there. Number 7, a lot of these albums are in my bottom. Breaking All the Rules from No Rest for the Wicked. I think this is a very underrated record, and Breaking All the Rules is my favorite song on it. Love that song so much. And my number 6 is from Flying High Again from Diary of Madman. Just every time I hear that, everyone knows that song, Flying High Again. Can't hear it without thinking of just back in junior high and high school and stuff. Love that song. especially high school.
Yeah, man. Awesome songs.
And my friends.
Yeah, you got some deep cuts there.
Yeah, I had to take my son Gavin to the doctor today, and on the way I was playing Diary of the whole album, Diary of a Madman, just to gauge what his reaction is. And I gotta say, he didn't give a shit. Tried. Whatever. He was like, I wish I had my earbuds right now. But, you got to try. Whatever.
Darn kids.
But look at the album cover. Come on. Don't tell me that's not cool. Anyway. All right, Gary.
All right, my number 10. A lot of these are going to be off of the first couple albums, just because those are my favorites. So, but number 10 is Goodbye to Romance. I love his vocals on that. I love the guitar playing, the soft guitar playing, the acoustics that is mixed in there with the electric. And, to me, that's almost like Ozzy trying to do a Beatles song or something like along those lines. And I just really think he does a good job singing on it. Next one, mirror Josh here, is I Don't Know. Great vocals, great guitar. I mean, it opens everything up, and it's like just one of the first times you hear solo Ozzy. And, you get to hear Randy Rhoads. I mean, that's part of this, is Randy Rhoads guitar playing on these songs. And I love it. I love the lyrics in that song too. I think it's cool. Number 8, going over to Diary, Over the Mountain.
Oh, we lost Gary.
Over the Gary.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, Gary is. He's
Sorry,
back.
I heard Over the Mountain. Sorry.
Yeah, Over the Mountain.
How that happened, but Over the Mountain. Nothing really to say about that, Josh. For one of you guys talked about it.
I did.
Okay. Number 7, going up to my senior year here. I've got Bark at the Moon, title track.
Love it.
Jakey Lee. I like that part where it goes, meow, 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 meow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a basic thing, but the sound of it is cool. Jakey Lee's a hell of a guitar player. And
Hell yeah.
Just Bark at the Moon. The video's kind of goofy. I still like it, but I love that song. Number 6 from No Rest for the Wicked, Crazy Babies.
Nice.
I've got good memories of that song too. There used to be this bar, this rock and roll bar that I would go to when I was young, and that album had just came out, and that song was like brand new, and this band had already learned it, and it was just awesome. They played it twice that night, and it was just so cool. Crazy, walk that walk, talk that talk. Love it. Love that song. So there we go. There's my 10 through 6.
I'll let you know you're going to make Landon very happy because his 2 favorite songs are Crazy Train and Crazy Baby. And he's like, did you pick Crazy Babies? And I was like, it didn't make my list, buddy. And he was so mad. Now I can tell him, hey, remember Gary? He picked it.
I just want to go through back up some of the comments because I know I've just been kind of showing them, but we've been kind of talking over it. But anyway, yeah, so tired. Yeah, it does sound like ELO, and it's just so weird to hear Ozzy sounding like ELO. I don't hate the track. It's just sounds kind of out of place, I guess. But, I mean, kudos, I guess, for trying something different. Killer Giants, Road to Nowhere. Yeah, I'm a big Talking Heads fan, too. I don't know. Creatures, it's kind of hot or cold. There's some stuff on that album I really like, but it's got what's that song? Stay Up Late is okay, and all that. Wild. Well, no, that Wild one. Anyway, I don't know why we're on Talking Heads, but cool. Anyway, say, can you something about a VHS?
Yeah, that's Skid Row VHS. So say, can you scream?
Okay, love Fire in the Sky. Yeah, this younger generation. I know all they want to hear is hip hop and 40 stuff. Dreaded buffering. Yeah, Miracle Man.
First time here.
Oh, hey, thank you, Chris. Nice to meet
Chris?
you. Glad
Oh, he's
glad
coming
you're
up.
joining us. Wow, that'd be awesome to have you at our next get together, summer get together.
All the way from Wales.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
What time is it over there? Is it
It'd be like
already like
about
real
6
late?
hours ahead, right?
Yeah, something like that. All right, my list. I only have 3 Ozzy albums, so I'll show the ones that I do have anyway. But there's a few on here that I don't have an album to show. But not number 10, Crazy Train. And some of these is like, oh well, they're the obvious choices. But a great song is a great song, even if it's been played to death. And Crazy Train is awesome. Kind of interesting, kind of like the peace and love lyrics. The song, which is sort of like at odds with the way the song itself sounds, because it's a banger. But always loved Crazy Train. Number 9 is No More Tears. I agree with Josh. Great song. Number 8 is See You on the Other Side. I really like that one. A lot. I want to call it's not necessarily a ballad, but it's certainly one of his slower, kind of more mellow songs. Number 7 is Shot in the Dark. I really like that one off the Ultimate Sin. And then number 6 is going to be Devil's Daughter, Holy War, which I don't want to say it's not progressive rock, obviously, but it's a little bit, it's like over 5 minutes long. And I love how it's like really heavy. And then there's that period, like sort of in the middle towards the end where it gets like a little bit of synthesizer. It's like a little bit softer, a little bit mellower. And then all of a sudden it's like in a split second, it goes back to being really, really heavy. But I like that one off No Rest for the Wicked. So that's my 10 through 6.
Jeff, I had such a hard time not putting Shot in the Dark on it because it's such a classic. I think the only reason I didn't is because I told you, Landon, like he loves the mix. I made him a mix. And we listen to it every day in school. And the 3 Ozzy songs on there are Crazy Train, Crazy Babies, and Shot in the Dark. So I've heard it like almost every week for the last 5 years. So yeah, but it's a fantastic song.
Yeah, I think I actually, that just because I came very late to the Ozzy party, I think I heard a live version of that. Like the first version I heard of that was a live version of it. I don't know what album that would have been on, but I just heard somebody playing it. But yeah, I've always liked that song a lot. 12:45 over in Wales. By the way.
Thanks, buddy.
12:47 now. Yeah. So 5 hours difference.
Appreciate it.
But all right. So now we're on our 5 through 2. John.
Yeah, and I think I left the record downstairs, but my next 2 are from No Rest for the Wicked, which I freaking love that album. Yeah, right there. So I swear to you, I have it. It's just not here. So my first song is going to be Fire in the Sky. I just think it's a masterpiece. It's so catchy, so infectious. I listened to when that cassette came out. Gary was at a bar. I wasn't old enough to go to a bar. But when that cassette came out, I played it over and over and over again. Every fucking song I loved on that album. And then my number 4 is Bloodbath in Paradise, which is another fantastic one. But I could have easily chose Miracle Man. I could have chose I love that song Hero. The last track, I don't wanna be a hero. It's like the whole album speaks to me. I love it. Zakk Wylde's guitar. I love Jake and Lee. Don't get me wrong. The Badlands albums are 2 of my favorite albums. But man, they needed Zakk, and he came in and he kicked ass. Okay, so Fire in the Sky is number 5. Bloodbath in Paradise number 4. I'm going to number 2, Jeff. Is that what I'm doing?
Yep.
Okay. My number 3 is going to be Suicide Solution of Blizzard of Oz. I can't imagine anyone not thinking that song was about being an alcoholic. I mean, like, I can't believe somebody sued Ozzy. Like, even as a child, I knew that song was about an alcoholic or killing yourself with alcohol. But it is a fantastic song. Absolutely amazing. And then I think Gary might have mentioned this, or maybe it was Aaron mentioned this. But Flying High Again. Yeah, Aaron, I think you definitely did. Yeah, I mean, what a classic song. And, like Aaron, I spent a lot of Saturday nights way underage doing many things I shouldn't have been doing, getting hammered drunk, and listening to this album. So, yeah, Flying High Again, just awesome song. Randy's playing is just amazing. So there you go. There's my number 4 through 2.
Yeah, is that song about Bon Scott? Suicide Solution?
I don't know. Did he write it about Bon Scott?
Mark
That
says
makes
so.
sense.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Great song, though.
And No Rest for the Wicked's one of my favorite Ozzy solo records for sure. Love it.
Oh, yeah, man. I love it.
I have No More Tears. I have a problem with that. It's like the Black Album from Metallica. When that came out, my friends had girlfriends, and they would listen to the Black Album and that's all they want to hear. So I got so sick of those two albums, it's hard for me to listen to either one of those anymore. So that's why I don't have any of my favorites from No More Tears. But I did really like it when I first heard it. And there's a few songs I still like, but a lot of it's hard for me to listen to. Like same thing as the Metallica Black Album, where I like it, but it's just I can't listen to it anymore. It's got over.
I totally get it, man.
Huh?
Yeah, I can relate to that.
Yeah, there's a burnout factor. Like, I mean, when I play it and I'm like, oh, Mr. Tinker Train, I haven't heard this song in forever. I mean, it's like, oh, that's a cool song. But you're right, Mom Coming Home. If you love that song, I'm not trying to disparage it. Anybody, I totally get why it's a hit. But like Aaron, there is a burnout factor.
Well, it's just
Right.
play it and then play it again and then play it again. It didn't have any break. And so it's like I dreaded when I went over there because I knew I was going to hear that over and over instead of mixing it up. So it's one of those mental things for me. So, but it's just got some good stuff. Zach's amazing, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, my number 6 is my number 5, and I'm right with you there, Gary. Title track, "Bark at the Moon." Love that song. And when I was in junior high, this was out, and they used to have school dances, and I don't dance, but I'd go in there to hang out by the stereo and listen to the music. And I was always so excited when I'd hear that song playing on there. For some reason, they always played "Bark at the Moon," and I was like, "Yes, that's the best one they played all night."
Now, that was a cool DJ.
Yeah, they played a couple good songs. And then number 4 is
Just spaghetti is
Thank you, Chris.
so just
Don't
spaghetti
Ask
is
I Don't Know.
Okay.
Right album, right? Yeah, first song, of course. Yeah, it's just, just like Gary said, that's like the first Ozzy solo song you hear. And, you look at this cover and you're like, what is this? Ozzy looks a little different there than he did in Wax.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Just Randy Rhoads just blows it away on that. So good. Number 3, and this song is an epic. And I better just give up on showing the records because they're all mixed up. The title track, Diary of a Madman. I love that song. It starts out all, yeah, there you go. I love how it starts and just has all those changes in it. Love Diary of a Madman. And I heard that on Sirius XM the other day, and I cranked it up, and me and my wife listened to it.
Yeah,
it's a really epic song.
That's a great song.
Massive.
That should have been
my
on my
number
list.
2, which I will find it for this because I have something. My number 2 Ozzy song, "Over the Mountain." Love this song. It's
Oh, okay.
one of my favorite guitar work from Randy Rhoads. This song, I don't know why, just something about it. It's one of my, I just love that song. "Over the Mountain."
Yeah.
So,
I can't believe I left Diary off my list.
I think he's done that on his channel, if I remember right. Part of it, and it was just blew me away. Maybe it was, I don't know.
Awesome picks, dude.
Yeah. I think we're going to see a
Those are great ones.
few of those on the rest of our list.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris, for the subs.
Yes, thank you.
Somebody, thank you, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, glad you're enjoying it.
About time I got another sub.
Hellraiser, I think he's talking about Hellraiser, the Motorhead version.
Yeah, there's 3 versions of that song. There's the Ozzy version, the Motorhead version, and a version that they both did together.
Right there.
Yeah, I got that. Josh got that for me, actually. Sweet.
There's a few different songs called Hellraiser by other artists, but
Yep.
okay. Number 5. Yeah, number 5. Well, Aaron won't appreciate this one, but the title track to No More Tears. I know how you just said you were sick of it, and I understand why when you described it. But for some reason, that's I've never got sick of that song. I mean, every time I hear that bass, dum, 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 and then it comes in, and that keyboard comes in, and everything. I don't know. I love that song. I mean, maybe because most of the time when I hear it, it's usually on the radio as opposed to me, playing the whole CD or something. So I'm not hearing it all the time, and I always crank it. I love that. I love that song. Number 4 is probably one, I don't know, you guys might think is kind of stupid being on this list this high. It's off of Black Rain, but it's the song I Don't Want to Stop.
Mm-hmm.
That song just pumps me the fuck up. I love that song. All my life I've been over the top. I don't know what I'm doing. All I know is I don't want to stop. It just goes like that. And, that dum, 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 dum. I think it's cool. I love that song. Number 3, pretty much for all the same reasons Josh said, is Mr. Crowley. Thank you, Mark, for agreeing with me. Mr. Crowley, like you said, it's about Aleister Crowley. I mean, the guy was a Satanist in the 40s and 50s, and Jimmy Page bought his house and everything.
Yeah.
It's like when Ozzy does a song called Mr. Crowley, it's like, oh hell yeah, I'm gonna listen to this one, and it's just a great song.
Yep.
Mr. Crowley, down, down, down. It's just very dramatic.
Yeah.
And I love drama in some of my heavy music. And then number 2, you guys have talked about this. I mean, I don't know how this couldn't be in your top 10. Suicide Solution. Just one hell of a heavy song, and the vocals are great. The lyrics, it's about alcohol. Wine is fine, whiskey's quick. You're not thinking that when you're going around drinking to it. You're not thinking, well, this song is kind of a warning, really. It's a great song. I love it. Suicide Solution. I've always loved it. I even like the version, on the tribute, the Randy Rhoads tribute album, where he has the guitar solo in it and they extend it. That's badass too. So Suicide Solution is my number 2.
That's why I drink beer.
There you go. I love Tribute, by the way, and I love Speak of the Devil. Those 2 live albums are fantastic.
I could do without the drum solo in Tribute. I don't know why they had to put that in there, but
I always liked it, but I get it.
But yeah, to me, it's just like, hey, it's Tribute, Randy Rhoads. Put another song in there. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just kind of wasted. It's not that it's a bad drum solo. It's just I would rather had another song on there.
Mm-hmm.
They need to do an expanded tribute.
Yeah. What's this one say? Had a chance to go.
So I want to make sure I'm understanding this comment from Chris. So you had a chance to go see Ozzy in Birmingham on his last ever concert, and decided not to because you wanted to watch Oasis, and then you couldn't get Oasis tickets, and by then you couldn't see either Ozzy or Oasis. That would, I don't know, that would be the worst. Like, I gave up the chance to see Ozzy to see Oasis, and then I couldn't see Oasis either. That might have just ruined my summer if that happened to me.
Here's the crazy thing. We'll talk about it later, but I saw Oasis open for the Black Crowes not too long ago, maybe 20 years ago. But it just shows how you go away for 20 years, your popularity will skyrocket.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't even really have that much material, did they?
Yeah, I never was a fan, but I don't blame people for liking them.
No, I don't either.
Yeah.
I don't think they have very big discography as far as I know.
All right, my 5 through 2. Number 5 is going to be Flying High Again. I mean, what a great album this is. I mean, I could have really picked, I mean, I would say 75% of my list could have easily been off this record. Love it. My number 4 is going to be the title track from Bark at the Moon. Love that one for all the reasons Aaron described. Just a great, great title track. Although I never heard it played at any of the dances that I went to in high school.
It was right after Mickey.
Yeah, they were too busy playing Wang Chung and, other shit like that. Then back to, for my number 3, back to Diary of a Madman for You Can't Kill Rock and Roll.
Awesome.
Song. And then number 2, Over the Mountain. So I'm loading up on the Diary of a Madman track.
I think we all had that one, right? Everybody had Over the Mountain.
Yeah, I think so.
It's a masterpiece.
Yeah, that was my number 2 as well, Jeff.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it was up, I was like, oh, don't pick too many from the Diary of a Madman. But
no, it's a masterpiece. That album rules. The first 2 Ozzy albums are just, classic for most metalheads. So, All right, my number 1's been mentioned, I think, by all of you, and I can't believe I didn't pick "Diary of a Madman," that song. I mean, like, that would easily be my number 11, and could at one point rank number 1. But my number 1 today is going to be "Bark at the Moon." I mean, for everything that Aaron and Gary and Jeff have said, it's just so classic. And I remember watching Headbangers Ball, and they'd play their video, and even though it was cheesy, it was my youth. It just fills me with great memories. I love this song. I love it to this day. I never get sick of it. I love Jake's playing on it. It was so great that Ozzy continued, after, obviously we had the Speak of the Devil album, but to continue and come out with an album that was heavy and people really resonated with, that was fantastic. And like Aaron, I do love this album too, that a lot of people don't necessarily love. I still think this is a great album too, and I probably could have picked a lot more of this, but Bark at the Moon, that's gonna be my number 1.
Nice.
Great choice.
All right. My number 1, I don't think anyone had on their list, or probably won't, but it's always been my favorite Ozzy song. Ever since, it was one of those ones where when I first got into Columbia House and got my first shipment, that was one of the ones I ordered because I specifically did that just so I can get this album. And it's the title song, The Ultimate Sin, my favorite Ozzy song. Maybe the heaviest song he's done. That riff in there is just so heavy. I love it. And it's every time I hear it, it gets just that energy and menacing power it has. I just love Ultimate Sin, my favorite Ozzy song.
Love it, dude.
That's my favorite of anything he's ever done, including the Black Sabbath stuff, actually.
Killer.
Yeah.
Wow.
And do you like it more than any Black Sabbath song? Like better than Dio Black Sabbath too?
No, I'm Ronnie James Dio. I like better than Ozzy. So.
Okay.
But I love Ozzy though. I mean, I love his stuff. But Ultimate Sin, I like it so much. It's the only album I have with 2 separate hype stickers.
Oh yeah.
I think that's the European one. The one up there is the American one, I think, or it might be the other way around. Nope, that's the European up there. It says it includes Ultimate Sin and Shot in the Dark. This one has these.
I like the American one, the Ultimate Odd. I will one day find that, I promise you.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw that at a record store a couple of weeks ago. They wanted $90 for it. It didn't even have the hype sticker. It was not in the shrink. It was just regular. And I'm like, it was one of those.
Issue.
On Tuesday, I didn't do a Tipsy Tuesday video because I was too busy listening to Ozzy. I listened to Blizzard of Oz, Diary of a Madman, Bark at the Moon, Ultimate Sin, and No Rest for the Wicked all in a row. And I was
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Starts and it's like, holy crap, these are good. And by the time I got to the end of it, I was too drunk to do a video. So I'll try to do one.
Yeah. That sounds like a hell of a Tuesday. I wish I could have been there with you, buddy.
I started about noon with Blizzard of Oz and went all the way through No Rest for the Wicked. Just heard them all. It was just a great experience.
I love it.
I wish I want days like that. I don't get days like that where I can just I'm by myself and I'm just drinking the entire time and listening to music.
I only
Because
get to
I love to drink some while I'm listening to some music. So I don't know if I would listen to all Ozzy. I'd have to mix it up a little bit.
then after that I listened to other stuff when I was really drunk. But I was just doing that to prepare, just to get them all fresh in my mind. All the stuff of all those favorite albums of mine of his.
You know what we should do is
Least favorite of those albums, just because it has a little too much weird keyboard stuff mixed into it. But it's a good album too.
I'm gonna say that like next Tuesday around.
Huh?
Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry. Go. You
Go
go.
ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say next Tuesday around 8 o'clock, we're all gonna take turns calling you. Because by that point you'll be hammered drunk. I'll be like, Gary, I just got on the phone with him. He's listening to Clutch. Give him a call in 10 minutes. See what he's got.
I gotta listen to Mind Funk.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I've been listening to hell out of that record.
I love it, man. I'm glad you liked it.
Text threads would be crazy if Gary was drinking all day.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hell
That's what I
yeah.
want to say.
Get annoying sometimes. Oh my god, this song's so good.
Recording. Thank you, Mark. And yeah, people have told me that before, and so it's not something I consciously do, but evidently I love Norm Macdonald.
Yeah,
he's Norm Macdonald of the VC. Yeah.
Okay, my number one, and I'll tell you what, this came to my mind pretty quick. I've always loved this song, and I can see through mountains, watch me disappear. I can even touch the sky, swallowing the colors of the sounds I hear. Am I just a crazy guy? You know it. I love Flying High again. I'm not trying to, condone marijuana or anything or any kind of drugs, but man, that song is perfect. I mean, I feel like I'm high when I listen to that song, and the guitar, the stuttering of the guitar in there, where it goes chug, 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 like that, is so cool. The vocals are great. Everything about that song is fantastic. I even love the effect they put on when it goes, they get that going there, whatever that is. I don't know what that is, but I love it. I love that song, and it's always been one of my favorite Ozzy songs. Never got tired of it. Probably never will. So, you know what? That might be, when you think of songs you play at your funeral, that might be a good one. That would be a good one to have too.
Well, I can say that I did have the pleasure of smoking a doob with Gary at the Buffalo get together.
Nice.
With his beautiful wife and with MGK, passing it around, having it. Hopefully, none of my kids are watching this. But
Hey, it's legal in Massachusetts. Come on over to Mass. Yeah,
they sell it on every corner here. Like there's a marijuana dispensary on every single corner here.
Yeah,
they got billboards everywhere advertising it.
Oh yeah, before it was legal in Ohio, it was in Michigan. So as soon as you cross that border, billboard sign everywhere say, "Hey, Ohioans, get your pot here,"
Exactly.
Oh yeah, good times for sure. All right, my number one, and this is going to make Twanger's Turntable happy. Diary of a Madman. Love that one. And I love that it's like the last track on that record. Like I already love the album to death, and then to have that be like the grand finale at the end, just fantastic. And it's so, I don't know. I mean, you think about it, like how great those first two Ozzy albums after he left Black Sabbath are, how chock full of hits they are. And I mean, who saw that coming? I mean, knowing like the way that he got fired from Black Sabbath, he was down. I mean, he really could have easily wound up dead because of, all his substance abuse issues. And he'd been kicked out of his band. All his friends had basically said, "We don't want you in our band anymore." like you're too crazy. And considering, you know, the amount of drugs they all were doing, you know, that even Ozzy was too out of control for Bill Ward and Tony Iommi. You know, it's pretty insane. And you would, you know, the fact that, and I know Sharon had a lot to do with it, kind of, you know, getting him to snap out of it. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of like Paul McCartney, honestly, because, you know, that's how Paul was. The Beatles had broken up and all he was doing was just sitting around drinking all day and just not making music and being depressed. And, you know, Lennon McCartney's like, look, you got to get your shit together. You know, you can't live this way. You're an artist.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, just like Linda did with Paul McCartney, I think Sharon gave Ozzy the self-confidence. Like, we believe in you, you know, our management, we're throwing all of our, you know, all of our weight behind you because we believe in you, Ozzy. And then, you know, it paid dividends because how great those early Ozzy albums are. And not to say, you know, the albums that came afterwards are not, but just you would expect. I mean, nobody would have been surprised if his first Ozzy album was underwhelming or just a complete shit show. But it wasn't. It was great. I mean, he, you know, found Randy Rhoads, and what a great partnership that was.
And Bob Daisley, don't forget Bob Daisley. He wrote those lyrics, right? But I mean, Ozzy did write the melodies, you know. But you know, it's Bob Daisley was awesome too. Randy's the GOAT, obviously.
What do you guys think of when they re-recorded them and released them with the new bass and drums?
Yeah, that pissed me off, to be honest with you.
I can't listen to those versions. It just doesn't sound right to me.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't even know you're getting that. You can buy the record and not even know it's there because they don't really put it on there.
Yeah. Did you know that, Jeff? Had you heard that? Because I know you joined Ozzy late, but they re-recorded the bass and drums on those first two albums.
Yeah.
I'm just going through some of the comments here. Yeah, Ozzy bigger in the USA. I totally believe that.
Yeah,
I remember Ozzy being huge. Like everybody who was a metalhead when I was in college, or not college. I mean, you know, high school, junior high. I mean, everybody loved Ozzy. Everybody had the T-shirts. They had the albums or cassettes. I just remember him being like really big at the time, more so than Black Sabbath. Like I do remember, you know, somebody had the Mob Rules, you know, and I had not heard that. But there were far like 10-1, like the number of people you saw with like Ozzy Osbourne merchandise and stuff compared to Black Sabbath. You know, at least where I came from growing up. So,
well, I think, you know, Ozzy came along when MTV did, and you know, so, and he was so outrageous and everything. So that in the U.S., I think, you know, that's why he was so big here, bigger than like what Black Sabbath was, because there's a lot of people. I mean, I think Black Sabbath though became even bigger in the U.S. later on. I think people recognized it or something. Black Sabbath, I feel like, is more popular than ever, really.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
you know, something I was going to touch on when you were talking about those first two Ozzy albums after he came out of Sabbath and how amazing they are, and I agree. But you think about it, he had those first two albums, but meanwhile, Black Sabbath did Heaven and Hell and Mob Rules. Those four albums, I mean, Jesus, you know, those are just so good. And to think that, you know, they were kind of like in a competition in a way, but yet, it wasn't. But I mean, the fact that we got those four albums in that short amount of time is just amazing.
Yeah, and to make it more amazing, think about this: the three Rainbow albums, the two Sabbath, and the first two Dios. Ronnie James Dio had a run of 5 incredible friggin' albums.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I think
6 or 7. Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, and I think, you know, Dio's popularity when he got, and I'm just speaking from how I grew up and remembering back then, I think it was Dio's popularity that got people who hadn't discovered Heaven and Hell and Mob Rules, once those Dio albums got popular, then people were like, oh, well, he was in Black Sabbath. And then they kind of went back and kind of rediscovered those first two Dio Black Sabbath albums. But yeah, what a great, those early 80s, what a fantastic era for music.
Yeah.
Everybody's at the top of their game, and all over MTV, and even being played on like mainstream radio over here. You'd hear the song Heaven and Hell, or Holy Diver, or Rainbow in the Dark. I remember hearing on the radio, and of course, all the Ozzy stuff they played all over the radio. I mean, what a great time.
Yeah.
But,
Speaking of early 80s radio, what is everybody's thoughts on Twisted Sister reunion?
We want to do it. I love Twisted Sister. How many original members is it going to be? 4?
No, only 3, I think. I think it's, yeah.
No
It's
Eddie.
JJ, D, and then I forgot who the last one was. It's not the drummer, though.
No, he's passed away. Is it Eddie
Yeah.
Ojeda or Mark the Animal Mendoza? One of those two.
Yeah, I'll have to Google. I don't remember who they said, because they haven't had like a press conference or anything.
Yeah.
do you guys remember the interview Ozzy gave in his dressing gown?
Yeah.
I think that was in wasn't that in Decline of Western Civilization of
Yeah.
year?
The metal years. Yeah, absolutely.
I think he just woken up. I think he was still kind of, how like you get when you're not quite fully awake.
Chris Holmes' swim pool in the backyard there.
Oh my God, that was tough to watch at times.
I love
Like,
that. I thought that was hilarious when I was young.
yeah,
Is Mendoza part of that? The Twisted Sister
I'm
reunion?
Googling it right now. Let me see.
Because we just got
I
a
do
comment.
agree with Aaron that I love Twisted Sister. It's weird that people retire and then come out of retirement. I wish they would record. No, Mark Mendoza is not in it.
From the Dictator. Who did I send that Dictators record to? Is that you, Josh?
What was that?
Dictators?
I don't believe so. No, I don't think. Let me see.
Chris. It was Chris.
Okay. Yeah, like I don't remember getting Dictators. Maybe you did. I don't remember that.
Twisted Sister and Ross the Boss from Manowar before they were in those bands. It was Chris.
Was the Christmas album the last thing Twisted Sister put out?
Probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Right? I don't. They've done a lot of reissues. Like Aaron's got a really cool. What is it? Stay Hungry reissue with a whole bunch of extras. So.
Yep. Live cuts and extra songs on each side. An extra song on each side. Under the Blade and Stay Hungry, both. They did that with both. I'm looking for You Can't Stop Rock and Roll. I've never seen that
I
one.
ask you a question to the panel. What single or album got you? What got you guys into Ozzy? What song or album?
Obviously, I said it earlier. It's not obvious, but Iron Man I heard, and that got me into Sabbath. And at that point, Ozzy had his solo stuff. So, like, I was like, Dad, I want to hear this. So my dad had Sabbath albums, so I listened to that. And then I used to get the metal magazines, and that's when I ordered the Columbia House. I ordered the first 2 records, and I just loved them as a kid. So it wasn't necessarily an Ozzy song. It was just, like, I want more of this guy type of thing. What about you guys?
Mine was before I got the Ultimate Sin. A couple years before that, I got a bunch of money for Christmas and went to the local, it's called Record Bar. It was in the mall, and bought a bunch of cassettes, like for $100. And I didn't have a lot of them back then. It was like my first big group. And I bought the cassette of Paranoid, and that's the first thing that really got me into Ozzy, was the Paranoid album. And then, I heard the first 2 solo albums a lot when I was young. I liked them. But then when I heard Ultimate Sin, I really got into them and got all the other stuff. I knew Bark of the Moon, knew that other stuff. But once Ultimate Sin came out, I was in there deep. And got it, went after everything Ozzy.
Awesome.
for me, it was, and I told this before. My mom went to a yard sale of some of our friends, and she bought me 2 8-tracks that were there, and one of them was an old 8-track of Black Sabbath debut album, and all it had was, on the top it said Black Sabbath, and on the back it had the song titles, but it didn't even have that picture. That was peeled off, and so I heard that. I had no idea at that time because I was 12, and Black Sabbath obviously had been around and everything for years, but I didn't know anything about them. I was just at that time getting into Kiss and Aerosmith and stuff, and I got that, and I thought it was really, really cool, and I really did like Ozzy's vocals, especially really on some of the the Wicked World, all that kind of stuff and everything. I liked a lot of that, and then my 8-track broke after a while, as they tended to do back then, and it took me a few years before I ever got actually another Black Sabbath, because you know how like then Black Sabbath wasn't anything that people really were talking about, and I don't think I got back another Black Sabbath album until Dio had joined by that time, and it was just because the cover, and I'm like, Black Sabbath. I remember having Black Sabbath, a few years back, and Dio was in it by then. But that I fell in love with that album then, and it took me quite a while before then I got into the Ozzy Sabbath again. But I was actually, as a teenager, I was into the Dio Sabbath before I was the Ozzy.
Awesome.
Good thing that image was missing, Gary. She may not have grabbed it.
Yeah.
That's true. Oh,
I love this one
I
too.
can't believe she bought it. Just the fact that it said Black Sabbath, because that's when my mom was still trying to what are you listening to? What are these lyrics? Are these guys on drugs? She was so, when I got into Kiss when I was like 11, she was so worried about that, I'm like, it's not Kiss you got to worry about. It's bands like Aerosmith. They're the drug addicts,
Right.
Yeah, Gene Simmons just wants your money. That's all.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh please, God help me, no.
Yeah, more Black Sabbath on Record Store Day. I hope Rhino releases more Black Sabbath stuff. I hope they do Masters of Reality.
Yeah, that's my Black Sabbath.
Yeah, I think we're going to see it. I mean, this High Fidelity series from Rhino is so popular. I still got to buy that second ZZ Top albums. They're being released individually, but I think we'll see the rest of the Black Sabbath catalog.
They're just amazing, aren't they? Everyone has these, don't they?
Oh, they're so good.
Oh yeah, they sound incredible.
Yeah.
Well,
I listened to both of these today, that and the first one, and I was like, holy crap. When the first Black Sabbath song comes on, hearing that storm sounds like it's coming out of your backyard or something.
Yeah.
What's great for me though is so I got, once that Black Sabbath the debut, they did the Rhino on that, and so I think people bought that and then they traded in their other Black Sabbath that had already been remastered. So I got a used copy of that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. I can only imagine what the Rhino sounds like, because that copy I've got sounds freaking awesome. So I'm like, damn, I hope this trend keeps going and everybody just trades in there. Good stuff.
Well, if there is a God, please release Rhino High Fidelity Van Halen. Imagine the DLR catalog.
That'd be great.
High Fidelity. Holy shit. Take my money, Rhino. You don't even have to ask. Just take it. Take it right out of the account.
Oh, yeah.
I
barely
would
fit in
spend
the
the money
sleeves,
to
though.
get
They're a
fair
little bit
warning.
oversized.
Oh, yeah. Fair warning.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Aaron?
So these are just a little bit oversized, though. It's hard to fit them in
Yeah.
a record sleeve to fit them. But they're worth it. It's like after you have these, you don't need any other copies of those albums.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You guys all aligned? We'd all buy the Van Halen High Fidelity series?
I wouldn't get all of them because those records already sound good to me, but I would get fair warning.
I'd get the first 6.
Yeah. Let's make it happen. Come on, Rhino.
I love
Go ahead, man.
Well, I like that they do the box set, but you can also buy them as, standalone. They're not like trying to, squeeze money out of you by you got to buy them all. You can't have them individually. I like the fact that they, still make the individual records available.
Totally. I mean, there's a lot of box sets coming out this year before the holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Pink Floyd "Wish You Were Here," that box set. It's like there's a live album on there. That's what I want. We need more live music from the original Pink Floyd band. Not, we've got all that stuff where Roger Waters wasn't in it, and that's good. I like it, but I want it where it's the whole band. And then we got like Roger Waters and his solo live album stuff where he's playing Pink Floyd. But I want the actual Pink Floyd live stuff from them. I don't know why they don't do. The Animals tour was probably like their biggest tour, like set list wise. They played like so much stuff on that from what I've read. That should be out. I don't know why it's not. I can't believe that they don't have like some double album from that.
I think we're going to see it because now they can take these bootlegs and use AI software to remove like any static or any humming noise. So I think we're going to see it. And Gary, if you're not looking to buy the Pink Floyd box set, the Dark Side of the Moon box set had a live album. They eventually released that separately. I remember seeing it at Walmart. So hopefully Pink Floyd will do the same thing and release the live album from Wish You Were Here separately.
Yeah, that would be great. I'd like it. I mean, I love the Pompeii album, but I want stuff after that too. So.
Oh yeah.
So Chris has us on loudspeaker in a superstore in Britain working the night shift. Well, I was wondering, what are you doing up so late? I hope you're not staying up late on our account. But turns out he's working, which makes total sense. But I'm glad we're able to provide some entertainment to you and your coworkers, which is great through the Bluetooth speakers. Nice. Well, I can't wait to meet you, Chris. And are we doing Buffalo next year? Is that where the next get together? Are we still doing that? I think, because now that MGK got his new house, so that'll be a fun time for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna make every attempt to go this year. I promise you guys. Last year was just way too much travel. 6 weeks in Peru and 2 weeks in El Salvador. I couldn't get the wife to let me go anywhere.
Hey, Alex.
Hey, Alex.
How are you, buddy?
I'd like to go to one of them one year, but I just don't travel very much.
Yeah.
I don't normally travel a whole lot either. That though, like the Buffalo trip, I can drive. I don't have to fly to it. I mean, it's a drive, but it's not like a crazy drive.
Yeah, it'd be a few days for me, I think.
Yeah, speaking of the Animals live, when we were in Buffalo, we were in that one record store. I forget which one it was. It might have been a Revolver, and Steve came up to me and he's like, "Oh, look, Pink Floyd on the Animals tour, a bootleg. He's got this album," and I'm like, "Steve, it sounds like dog shit." It's one of these records, and I bought, I paid probably, I don't know, this was 5 years ago. I paid $30 for that, and I was so excited. It was we found it. We were out of town, and I was just I found this record store and I bought it. I'm I cannot wait to listen to this. And I got it home. I put it on the turntable. And it's what? What? And I'm adjusting it sounds like somebody recorded it in the bathroom. That's how far away and how shitty the sound is. And it was oh man, you could see when I told I had to break the news to Steve, look, don't waste your money. It sounds like dog shit. Even turning the radio up, it's still, and his face just dropped.
Well, some of those, I'm always surprised because Aaron has sent me a couple of live albums. They're bootleg, but they're ones that are off of those. I think the radio, the FM broadcasts or something. And I'm really amazed at how good they sound. I mean, they're not hi-fi kind of stuff, but they have a really good sound on it. And, I've also got, from Josh and Aaron, the unofficial pressings. And I'm surprised, I got the Too Tough to Die from Aaron, and I got the Coverdale Page from Josh. And to me, both those sound good.
Yeah, they do.
They're doing a lot better job on the unofficials and bootlegs now. Because it was really spotty before. You could get really good ones, but most of them were horrible.
Yeah. I was just, when I got that, especially the Ramones, it's not quite as big a deal, but like the Coverdale Page, I was thinking, this is unofficial, and I'm thinking, I wonder what it'll sound like, and I played it, and I'm like, damn, sounds good. It's jumping right off the speakers, man. I mean, it's great.
Hey, Ron.
Ron.
How you doing?
Ron Haggerty.
David Atkinson. Oh, yeah, David Atkinson and his GoPro. Dave was a trip. I got to say, I hadn't discovered his channel. I didn't really know who he was until I met him. And then that guy was a riot. Like, he was a lot of fun to hang out with. So I hope he makes it next year too. Saxon shirt.
Saxon and Uriah Heep.
Nice.
Yeah. Ron did this whole series of Saxon. There's like the entire Saxon catalog.
Nice.
Like devoted a video to each record. Really cool. And I like I was telling him, I hope he does it with other artists, although he said he doesn't have like every artist's entire catalog to be able to do that. But I love when people do that, just like do, whether it's a deep dive or whether it's just, talking about going through an artist catalog. And
I like that shit too.
Yeah.
I'll have to see what he says about what is it? No Excuse for Innocence.
Innocence is no excuse. Yeah.
Yes, there it is. Because I don't have that one yet, and I want to know if it's, it's kind of like on my radar. That's one that I'm kind of looking for there. So, but I don't think it's got the best reviews, but that doesn't always mean anything,
Yeah. Chris is a big Saxon fan.
It's pretty good, but it's not like Power of the Night, or not Power of the Night.
Power and the Glory?
Yeah, Power and the Glory. Power of the Night.
Yeah.
Glory or a Crusader. God, I'm off.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite too.
Yeah.
We got through our entire list in 45 minutes. When does that ever happen? Usually it's like 2 hours, and we're like, let's get to our number one.
Hey, that's okay for people who have to get up really early in the morning.
Exactly.
I think it's because Chris Brophy wasn't here. He's always going on these tangents and rambling on. Like, wrap it up, Chris.
Chris breaks out the guitar, plays a few songs. Chris would have sung us the first half of Blizzard of Oz.
Well, anyway, that was fun. That was a fun list to do.
Oh, definitely, guys. And I love these videos. I hope we do them more regularly. I miss you guys, and everybody in the VC. I miss you guys. So
thank you for everybody who's coming. I know we've probably lost people by now, but considering there was no promotion for this thing. I mean, we just kind of popped up. So.
Well, I felt bad because I did I put I want to call it a teaser, whatever. Like when you set up a live stream on here, it's puts it like a post on your YouTube. And so I posted, we were going to do this last Thursday, and then, things fell apart. I had some school stuff for my son. I wasn't able to make it. And so it just kind of fell through. And then, I had people like, what happened? We were looking forward to joining you on Thursday. I was like, oh no, we'll do it. So I'm sure people are like, oh yeah, right. We've heard this before. Right. Sure. There's going to be a live stream. Sure. Heard it all before, so I'm glad we actually followed through on it. Although I was sitting in the car dealership like, oh shit, I cannot cancel again. So anyway, but fortunately the salesman, he's like, yeah, I watch you all the time. You're super famous on YouTube. I recognize you instantly. And he's like,
this is free.
Selfie with me, and I'm like, come on. I'm here to I'm not here to have you all fanboy out on me. Stop it. All right. One more,
one more photo.
When you go out and public.
I'll sign your t-shirt. Yeah. I did think one great video that we could do that might be really diverse and fun is if everybody showed like a particular year, 5 albums from that year. So if we all did it, like Chris, get everybody involved, you pick 1988, 1984, whatever it is, I'm sure it would be super varied, like, and we'd get to talk about a lot of different bands.
Yeah, we'll do it. Next one we can do that. We can start with I don't know, we can pick a year. 71 would be a great year, maybe, or 80s.
Yeah, whatever you guys want to do.
Whatever. Yeah. We'll figure it out. And that'll be I love that idea.
Yeah.
Maybe Chris will even join. Yeah.
We've got to get Chris to join.
Yeah. I think Brandon's like, fuck you guys. I'm not doing any more.
Yeah.
Come on, Brandon. He's selling his records.
Yeah.
Well, I started the BC. I don't need you guys.
Exactly.
It's not the same without Chris, though.
No, yeah, Chris is the man. And Chris is. Everybody go to Chris's channel and comment about his significant weight loss. He's doing awesome. So, yeah.
So
Along with that, he's doing awesome. Thank you, man.
Yeah. Well, so are you and Aaron.
Yeah.
Get down 35 pounds, guys. Still got like 20 to go, and I'll be same weight I was like as a teenager.
Wow.
Yep.
Gary's been the same weight he was as a teenager his whole life.
Yeah, I just want to be Gary's weight. That's all.
I do have a bit of a pudge on me now.
Oh, stop.
That's
Yeah, if I scrunch down like that, I got a little bit of a
Yeah, and I drank 3 beers and
person, Gary. You have not an ounce of body
Yeah.
fat on you.
why not?
Yeah.
I'm 60 years old. You got to expect something. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I'll be there in 9 years.
Well, I just hit 40 and I feel like it's all down.
Wish I was 40.
Why does
It's
everybody
all good
laugh when I say that?
We're all 40, Jeff. Don't you know that? None of us are older than 40.
Yeah. 19.
It's funny to be able to say, to be 40 again.
Yeah. Living my best life.
Well, thanks everybody for watching. Enjoyed all the cool chats with all of you, and we'll try and do this again next week. How about it?
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
All right.
See y'all.
Bye.